Good morning. It is, let's see, it was April 12th, and it's a beautiful Monday. I think we're going to get 75 or 80 here in North Carolina. I want to talk a little bit about tomatoes. Now, here in North Carolina, you can try to get away with growing them a little early if you baby them. But I usually don't plant my tomatoes in the ground till at least after the last frost date, which here I think is April 15th. And normally, about April 30th and sometime even May, because tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, all those warm loving plants, they like the soil to be warm before you stick them in the ground. So let's see, I started these transplants, I had a date somewhere. I think it was like March the 21st, and I was even a little late on getting my my seedlings started, not transplants. So I was going to transplant them. I think I did a video on I have videos on how to prepare soil mix and how to plant them. So I have beefsteaks and my chocolate cherries, which is like a tomato tomato. They came up later. It took almost 14 days for them to start popping out. So those, I planted all these at the same time. And I have them under grow lights. Now they're getting a little lanky. So I put 2 seeds in a pod. And I try to put them like 1 on each end, because there's like 6 pods in this. So I'm going to separate these out. And I'm going to leave the chocolate cherries because they're too small right now. And also, because I compost in place, I have these little babies that have been in the ground all winter, and so they're used to being outside. So they have their true leaves. You got to wait till they have true leaves to start transplanting. So I'm going to get these out of here because they're not going to make it, because this water jew plant is going to shade them out. And I'm pretty sure they're all tomatoes. I don't know what type of tomato it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a tomato plant, a tomato seedlings, if I can talk. I got so much on my mind, and I'm kind of hyped up today. I'm having trouble getting out what I want. But normally, I try to wait till my seedlings are, this big. Now, tomatoes, when you transplant them, if they get kind of leggy, but most of mine are pretty good. And you can, when I'm transplanting, you can plant them pretty deep, and then the roots will shoot out from tomato plants. So I always plant mine deep. My daddy always told me to do that. It makes them strong, and they shoot out roots. So normally when I got a mess over here. Normally when I'm transplanting, I put them in a cup about like this, and then I give them a couple of weeks to do that. Give them a couple of weeks to get used to those cups, and then the seedlings that's been in the house, you've got to acclimate them to the weather. So you can't just I can't just put these out. They will go in shock, and they'll get burned. The leaves will get burned because they're not used to full sun. So it takes, I think, maybe 2 weeks, or at least a week, minimum of a week. Give them, leave them outside for 2 hours a day. Let them get used to the wind and the weather and the sun, and then they'll be okay. You can't just stick them out there. Now, if you put them directly in the ground from seeds, it's different, like the ones I showed you over here. These are already used to the weather. Now, they're not used to direct sun because they've been in my little waterfall planter. And I'll show you. I love my phlox. It's just so beautiful every year. I want to show you that. I'm going to have to divide that out this year. I did not know you could do that. So over here it don't get as much sun, but it's still pretty. I tried to have it where it was going to flow down here, but this plant shades it out. It just grows so much, and it's really pretty. It's in the water jew family too. It's even killed my thyme. I mean, this lemon thyme is trying to survive, but I'm going to move it. They just get so big that nothing can grow there but that. So I've just left it, and I don't have to plant it. So this is something I already planted this. I mean, divide it out or leave it. So I don't know if I'm going to have time. I'm taking this master gardener class, and I don't know if I'm going to make it. So I'm trying to learn everything I can. I know sometimes I forget what I'm talking about. So I'm out tomato plants. I just want to show you my phlox. So please check out my other videos. It's getting close to that time. If you're in the South especially, you can start planting some summer vegetables. You just have to be careful. I think we're going to have a little cold snap this week, and then after that, then we'll probably be safe. So happy gardening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.